Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey y'all, hey, welcome to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. I am your pretty cool host, NVD, at least I think so myself. What's up? I ain't got no time to be wasting with y'all. To be honest, I really hate recording video to it. I'm really contemplating if it's something that I want to continue to do or if I just want to focus on being audio because it just takes a lot. I don't be putting on no makeup or nothing as y'all can see because I really just don't be caring. But it takes a lot to edit it and make sure it's right and put the effects. So don't be surprised if you don't see your girl on YouTube no more. But I still will be available, of course, on all platforms. Audio. And those who have been rocking with me will continue to rock with me. But what's up? Y'all know my motto. If you got time for a podcast, then life can't be that bad. And if life is that bad, then maybe you don't have time for a podcast. But let's jump right into it. We're talking about no kids under five. No kids under five is like everybody has their preference. And I am a mom. So don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those that's going to be offended when somebody says, "Oh, I don't date people with kids." Okay, fine, baby, because guess what? I understand. I have kids, but I ain't dating nobody with kids under five. I can't do it, and I'm going to tell y'all why I can't do it. This is just my preference. This is how I live my life. So again, don't come finding me on nobody's social media trying to put this whole long DM or underneath my post. I don't care. Argue with your mama or your baby daddy or your baby mama for that fact. Don't argue with me. Moving along. Let me tell you why I don't do kids under five. I date black people. No hate or anything. Do what you do. I just prefer to date my melanated kings. And unfortunately, my experience has been when it comes to kids under five, there is still like co-parenting still hasn't yet been figured out. It's still in that kinky stages. 9 times out of 10, you're probably still on and off, or the baby mama is bitter because now you're dating publicly, or the baby daddy is keep bitter because maybe the baby mama is dating publicly. Whatever comes with it. When the kid is underneath five, it's usually some static. And how do you know it's static? I've been on so many first dates. I swear that I hate being single. I really do. I've been on so many first dates that once the individual gets to talking about their baby mama or their ex or their ex-wife or whomever they had children with, you can really tell those that have some pent-up aggression, baby, because you can ask one question and it'll be 45 minutes later. And I just be looking like, yay, check please. I can already tell what this is at, baby, and I'm not trying to introduce myself into nothing of what you got going on. My kids are older and self-dependent right about now. So what I do not have time to do is being attaching myself to somebody else's baby mama, baby daddy drama. Good on that. Did that, been that, done that years ago. Not trying to start over, but I've just I've tried it. It just doesn't work for me. And to be honest, it's really because I'm selfish, which again, this is why I am not offended by any male or woman that has a preference of dating people that has kids and they don't want to date people that has kids. I understand it. Trust me, I do. I know I'm selfish for these reasons. One, I don't like the I don't like the privilege that the baby mama feels like she has in those first 5 years. Like, it just don't sit well with me. I don't want to be chilling with you and your baby mama call and your whole tone change and your whole energy shift. And now you think it's my responsibility to refocus you and relift your energy. No, I'm going to just go ahead and get up and go. And then they be trying to play it out. Oh, we don't have nothing else going on. Nigga, your whole octave just changed when this lady got on the phone. You look, and you know that is something when they just be like, mm-hmm, yeah. I, man, you ain't even having a whole conversation. Whatever sister girl is saying to you, you are trying your best not to engage in this conversation. So to me, red flag. And maybe it is because I'm over a thinker. Maybe it's because I just ain't got time for the obligation of the baby mama. I ain't doing it. I don't want to be chilling and constantly have that if this bitch pull up, I'm gonna have to show him my crazy side. I don't want to do that. I have invested a lot of work to be calm, to be humble, and to be low key. Don't mean I ain't still crazy. I just have learned how to control myself and how not to react on my emotions. However, there are some women that just feel like because they have procreated with this man, they are just obligated to be all up in their business. Random pop ups, oh, the baby need diapers and shit like that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. Cause one thing about me, I'm Queen Petty, and that keeps me an extra pair of petty boots on me at every time in case I need to slip them on and go ahead and get to these boots are made for walking. If Dog, I am the worst person to fuck with when it comes to that baby mama, baby daddy drama. First of all, because baby, I'll make you feel like yay small. Yay small. Whatever he has told me about y'all, I'm going to repeat it so you know, yes, ma'am, he pillow talks to me about you. Then I'm going to be sure to buy something or do something very kind for your baby daddy and your child, and then remind you or say, do you remember that nice little dress? Or who he said, did he tell you who braided that baby hair? Yes, ma'am, that's me. You do not want me to come over here being stepmama. Either you're going to act right or you're going to lose custody. See what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that. I don't want to be that person, but I will. So I just leave it alone. It ain't for me. It's not for me. So that's selfish reason number one. I don't like the entitlement the baby mama feels. I don't feel like being on the back burner because you done laid up with somebody you really don't like, and now you got to tolerate them. Think I'm gonna tolerate them too? No, baby, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm good on that. Secondly, my kids are older. My kids are preteens and a teenager. I can leave my kids at home. They can cook, like oven stove cook. Know how to use a phone. Know how to dial 911. As long as they got their phone and internet, they good. I probably can go on vacation for a few days and my kids will be good. I got a teenager and a preteen. That being said, I understand how it is because you can't go out because you only got certain weekends off. I understand how it is because maybe it's a school recital or something you have to buy for something and your money just ain't looking right. I get that. Sis is a single mom. I understand all that. However, I don't want to come over because you can't go out and I can go out. But it's your weekend and I got to tiptoe in the house and you got to move the baby from the bed to the couch. Although I know how I feel. I know how I feel because I used to do that when my kids was young and I was trying to get me a little play. I know how it is to tiptoe and have to move around. However, since 2023 to 2024, I have tried it twice and I just feel dirty. I don't like being on the other side, which I commend, men being an active father and taking care of their responsibilities. I just feel so dirty when their kids wake up and here I am trying to pull the cover over my head and it's just like, is this baby gonna see me? Child walking up talking about mama, mama. No, no. Cause it's like I just feel dirty and I just don't like it. And I don't want to have to tweak my schedule of seeing you because you got a baby under 5. Yeah. I know I probably sound horrible saying that. But again, it's preference. It really is. It's preference. I ain't got time to deal with nobody else, baby mama. I feel like when the kids is over 5 and they're old enough to use a cell phone, you really ain't got to be up in this woman face or in this man face. The baby got a cell phone. They can talk to the baby mama. They can talk to the baby daddy. It's kind of just direct communication, right? And if the baby is over 5 and it's still not no direct kind of communication, and it's still a whole bunch of riffraff, I ain't got no time for that either. Yeah, I don't. So my thing is like, so that's number two. That's what I said. That was number two. I don't like the obligation that the baby mama has, and I don't like the, I guess, the sense of or lack of freedom that one has when the kid is underage of 5. So I don't like the obligation that the baby mama has. That's one. Or the riffraff. I don't like the lack of freedom that comes with a younger child. I don't. Only because I had my kids young. I've been there, done that. Sis, I ain't gonna. This is cap. I was about to say, sis, trying to be in the streets. I want to be out and about. No, I don't go nowhere. But I'm working on that. Like I'm trying to be social, which again, I can't be struggling to be social and have a great personal social life, and then I'm dating somebody that has restrictions. I don't want to do that anymore because I don't have the restrictions. So that's two. Number three is everybody does not parent the same. And I'm realizing that. And that's probably one of the main reasons, like, even besides the under 5, but really under 5, it's like you're more hands on parenting. The child is dependent, they're not self sufficient. You have to be hands on. So that is even more of a big deal. If the child is over, 10, they're pretty self sufficient and, you know, they can do for themselves. So the only really things about that age is like parenting, grades, behavior, like those are the type of things that differentiate. What I mean about people parent different, like, again, I've tried to erase my standard of kids under 5, and I'm a mom and I'm an empath. And I'm just a lover and I love kids. Don't get me wrong. I love kids. I always have my nieces and my nephews. I thought I wanted 6 kids till I realized how much fucking money they cost. And then the 9 times out of 10, I'm crazy. So I'm probably going to end up a single mom because I don't want to deal with nobody. Ain't nobody got time for that. I learned from my mistakes 2 times. We ain't going to say once. I did it one more time just to see. Nah, I'm good. But it's hard for me not to insert myself. Like, why you did that? Why you not doing that? Why that baby nose running? What kind of medicine did you give it? What time the baby go to sleep? You ain't gonna give the baby nothing to eat? Dang, the baby ain't got no schedule. What the baby clothes at? When was the last time you come to baby hair? I'm just saying, the mama brought the baby over here like this? Oh, okay. So who keeping the baby when y'all be? I, I have no filter. And that doesn't work for everybody. And I get that. 'Cause I'm not your baby mama. I'm new to the situation. It really ain't my place. However, I be like, how I'ma fuck with you when I'm the type that do Tylenol, Advil, switching up every hours. Like, I'm hands on mom. I'm printing out coloring sheets for activities, and we're doing arts and crafts, and we're going to the children's museums and doing shit like that. Like, if we rocking, your kids are my kids, and these are the type of things that I do or did for my kids, and I do for my nieces and nephews. So if it's something that the child hasn't been introduced to, and our parenting style is just two completely different parenting styles, then mm, it just complicates things. It does. It really does. And then you be like, let me shut up because it ain't my business. But then on the back end, your matronly, your motherly side is like, oh my God, poor baby. why does the baby look like that? Malnourished. Again, this is why one of my preferences is no kids under 5. Or I have been on the flip side. I have been in this situation a few times. It'd be like you find out they have a child and the child is under 5 later on as you're talking to the person. And for me, that's instantly a red flag because any active parent, it's like off top, I got a kid. This is how my kid coming this weekend. Like you're involved in your kid's life. So it's going to come up in the day to day topics. Hold on, my baby is calling. Hold on, my baby mama is calling. Right? I've been in a couple of situations that I found out they have a kid, a young kid, later on. Like, didn't mention it in the beginning. Now I ask off top, do you have kids? How old are your kids? Under 5, block, delete, period. I mean, I feel like it's really nothing that you can tell me that will make me now go against the grain of kids under 5 unless maybe you have full custody of the child. I might be willing to do with that because that means you have a little bit more control over your baby mama and you a hands-on person. So I could probably rock with that. But other than that, I can't. And yeah, I just can't. But anyways, find out the nigga got a child under 5 and it's just kind of like, wait a minute, why I ain't never heard about this baby? Oh, when I have him or her, he's usually by my mama's, by my sister's, I talked to this one dude. I know we talked like 6 months. We was going on dates like every other week. We were seeing each other and going on dates. And it was never him talking about arrangements he had to be made for his kids. So I was always like, dude, where's your child? Who has your baby? And then we would be going on like 2, 3 in the morning. And I'd be like, so you gonna go pick up your baby or is the baby going to stay with whomever they are? 9 times out of 10, oh no, my mom and them be keeping them. Oh my, no, my sister. I'm not interested in you either. You aren't really taking care of your child. And again, I'm not one of those females that can be with a nigga and allow that nigga to do more for their kids than they do for their real kids. Nah, my boy. It's either a blended family or you just need to move around. Because God ain't about to punish me. Because I allowed you to be a shitty, trash ass daddy to yours and I let you be the world of mine. No favoritism around here. So it's just like, okay, I don't mean to be rude, but dude, you never have your child. Like, ever. Why? Oh, I just be ripping and running and I be doing this and that. Excuse after excuse after excuse. Oh, I have them during the daytime and then I be dropping them off in the evening time because I gotta. We FaceTime all the time. I never hear the child. Ever. And then it's like, well, why didn't you even tell me you had a child? What was that whole situation like? And then 9 times out of 10, they got caught slipping. And they had a baby by somebody they ain't had no business messing around. So to be honest, they actually have some resentment. Not saying they don't like the child. They just, I don't want to be attached to that either. Not interested. I don't want no parts. And it's crazy because I'm on these dating apps. Yes, I'm on these dating apps. I don't get out. How else am I going to meet somebody? Either at the post office, he's either a delivery worker, or I'm going to meet him at HEB's. Or maybe on social media. I don't know. My options are kind of slim. But anyways, I'm on these dating apps, and I have no kids under 5. I'll have in my dating app no kids under 5. And these motherfuckers will still match with me. And then say, I have a kid that's underneath your age restriction, but ain't even no but. You really shouldn't, as a man, you really shouldn't have to explain you're a child. I already don't like you for doing that. You shouldn't even match with me off top. Oh, that bitch not my type. Fuck her. That's the attitude you should have. You should always be proud of your child. Okay, delete. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts. And let me tell you, I went against the grain and chilling with somebody. And this is when it's like, I don't know why I do stuff. I set boundaries and then sometimes I betray myself and I go against that boundary just to be saying I'm doing something. So I go against my boundary and I'm chilling with somebody and they got a baby. Cool. I'm like, I ain't trying to fuck with this person like that. So it really ain't my business. I ain't had no business doing it, y'all. I didn't have no business doing it. But I did it anyways. We all fall short. I just be doing shit sometimes. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, again, I cannot trust my own judgment and my own actions. And again, I'm pretty sure I know my therapist cannot stand me because I'm always doing something. And then it's just like, I know, because I'm very much self aware, but I be getting bored. But anyway, so I put myself in a situation and it was cool. But the whole time I'm telling myself, like, bitch, you ain't got no business doing this at all. And of course, the people who are not your type are not in your expectation. They got the best energy and they probably got the best, you know what. And if you don't know, then you too young to be listening to this. And I appreciate your tune in, but I need for you to go ahead and log off. But it was cool and dandy, but it was a few red flags, and I'm like, see, bitch, this is why you have a preference, 'cause you know how you are when it comes to these baby mamas. You know you gotta do your screws loose. But I'm like, again, I'm not trying to fuck with this person like this. But there I go, entertaining it. We chilling, eating, whatever. And it was my baby mama about to come. So to me, that's like, oh, okay, what you telling me? Do I need to leave? Like, I don't know what kind of relationship y'all have going on, but and you know how niggas be like, oh, you don't have to leave, but knowing they really have no control of the situation and probably have no control of this female, and I be thinking niggas low key like for that toxicity and dramatics behind them. Um, so they kind of like nonchalant about it because they know a woman in her right mind is not going to just sit around and be in an awkward situation or purposely hurt another woman's feelings if they know they're not really over the situation. Me, I'm one of those women. I'm aware, I look nice. And if you Google me, you're really going to be sad because I got shit going on in my life. People love me. I'm not ugly, successful. I'm not really somebody that you can kind of talk about if I'm the new woman in your baby daddy's life, right? It's kind of like you should want to be my friend because I could probably teach you some things. That's my problem. I think too highly of myself. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna put her in this awkward situation because I really don't give a fuck, and I'm not trying to fuck with this nigga like that. Um, but I'm also trying to be a good person, and I don't want to make no other woman feel any type of way, especially when the child is under 5. So they're probably still fucking anyways. So I get up and go, and the whole ride home, I'm like, I don't like that. I'm good on it. Never mind. Like, flip the switch. Never mind. Not interested. Never see you again. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't do baby mamas. I don't. I don't care for them, if I'm being honest. I don't care for baby mamas. I don't care for the baby mama jealousy. I don't care for the baby mama drama. I don't care for the entitlement that the baby mama has. I don't, and it's a lot of women that uses the child as a tool to get around a nigga, to get under a nigga, to get next to a nigga, to piss a nigga off. To, they use a child as a tool. And you can always tell because they barely take care of the fucking child. But it's always the child's excuse to pop up at random fucking times. Yeah. Mm-mm. 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 It was a few years ago. I was talking to this guy and he was super nice. Super nice. And this guy is what made me put the no kids under 5. It was cool. He was so kind, respectful. It was nice. Chivalry like a motherfucker. That nigga courted me. It was nice. And he basically explained that he tries to appease his baby mom or he would not be able to see his daughter, which is unfortunate. But again, there's a lot of women like that. And there's also a lot of men who don't let their baby mama move on because they use their child as a tool as well or support as a tool. I'm not going to take care of this child if you got another nigga around, which is unfortunate, but that's the culture that we live in. So we were at a nice dinner and he gets a text and immediately again the energy shifts. And it's not my I just don't like anyone enough to take on that responsibility to rebuild your energy because your baby mama has chopped it down. I just don't like you that much. I don't want that responsibility. But I could tell it was her by the look that came over his face. And didn't want to talk about it at dinner. Cool, but the whole energy had changed, the whole mood had changed. Didn't want to talk about it in the car. Cool, whole energy had changed. And I'm at this point annoyed because now our plans are fucked up because your energy off, and I'm a big on energy, and I'm a match energy. And if you want to feel some motherfucking type of way, then you can drop me the fuck off, and I can go do what I can do. What I can. You hear me? Because it's always a plan B waiting around the corner. Because I have trust issues, but that's we're not talking about me right now. So finally, he goes on and he's ready to have the conversation, and he's talking about how demanding she's being, and it's kind of upsetting him because she needs to learn boundaries and she needs to learn her place. And I'm like, demanding about what? Like, does the baby need something and you're not giving it to her on her time? Because, again, I am a single mom and I do understand some parts of the baby mama's complaints, especially if they have the child majority of the time. This was not the case. Long story short, he was still paying her fucking rent. And I was like, wait, what? Like, are y'all together? And he was like, no, and I know they're not together because we've picked up the baby together with her, which don't mean nothing because some of these hoes still be fucking on these niggas and they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, which is, we're gonna go get on the next one. So he was like, no, it's nothing, but that's my baby mom and I want my daughter to live in a certain environment. Da, da, da. Da. Okay, cool. Again, I can't say nothing. That's your baby's mom. That is your child. I understand. I commend you. But in my mind, y'all might as well fucking live together. That makes no fucking sense to pay two fucking separate different rents. And then if she got the audacity to use it as an excuse to you need to pay it on this day and why you do this, and now it's an additional conversation that y'all need to have. No, bitch, it's on auto pay. If you don't get kicked out, you don't get to call me about it. So he was really, really stressed about it. And I was just like, you giving her too much power over your emotions. And I don't understand that. And it's at some point, like, if we start dating and we start moving in together, am I supposed to be okay with you continuing to pay her rent? I'm not signing up for that. Block, you'll never see me again. I don't believe in closure. You see me, you don't see me. We talking and we're not talking. You see me on social media and you don't see me. That is a clear evidence sign that I have made up my mind that I made a mistake and I'm no longer interested. Good day, goodbye, good riddance. Don't find me. Don't try to talk to me. Don't try to do nothing. If you see me in public, it's like you don't see me because I'm act like I don't see you. We have nothing to talk about. Thank you for the encounter. Have a good day. Be blessed. Could do it. Can't do it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not comfortable with it. Selfish. Me. I'm the problem. I understand. We all have our preferences. Again, that's why I don't get mad when people be like, I don't date people with kids. Understand, boo. Understand, boo. Because I have kids and I still don't date a certain under 5. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not at all. So what's the last reason why I don't date kids under 5? Because guess what? You cannot date. You cannot compete with a baby mama. You can't compete with a stupid ass baby mama. Let me say that. I have been a stupid ass baby mama before, but I was a kid. A kid. Like under 20, a kid. But I've been a stupid baby mama before, and I loved my baby daddy funky draws, and baby, it was just nothing nobody could tell me about this nigga, and I was gonna take him back, and I was gonna fight behind him, I was gonna slap a bitch behind him, and I just loved him, and I just needed him, and it was gonna get married, and it was just delusional. But I wasn't leaving that nigga. Wasn't. You cannot compete with a delusional, stupid ass baby mama. Like I said, you could be pulling up with this nigga, dropping off this baby with this nigga. You could be pulling up with this nigga. They arguing. He talking about her like a dog. She talking about him like a dog. And the moment he gets that itch that only she can scratch, and he knock on that door, she gonna answer the Lulu. Mm-mm. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts. I don't want no parts of no toxic baby mama, baby daddy shit. I don't want it. I don't want that on again, off again. We're not together. We are together. We're not together, but we had an accident, baby. Uh-uh. Because in my mind, y'all always together. And once I got something in my mind, I don't care if you the second coming of Christ. You can't tell me no wrong. You can't tell me no wrong because it's already in my mind. And I'm not going to go against my mind. Y'all fucking. Y'all stay together. That's my number one thing. Y'all might as well go ahead and go to marriage counseling. Have y'all thought about couples counseling? I'm all for black love. Don't even get me involved in no bullshit. I'm rooting for y'all. I can give you some tips on how to get that bitch back. Don't bring that bullshit over here. Mm-mm. What's the moral of the story?
So the moral of the story is stop getting offended when people say they have a preference. Stop trying to persuade them to go against their preference. Don't even take it personal because we all have our preference, whether it's black, whether it's white, whether it's tall, whether it's short, whether it's kids, whether it's no kids. My personal preference is I ain't fucking with no nigga under 5. I can't even be your late night sleeky link hype. I feel dirty. It's not for me. Why? Because it's just not for me. It's my preference. So don't let nobody make you feel bad for having a preference. And don't get offended when someone tells you you don't fit into their preference because I ain't fucking with no nigga with no baby under 5. That's it. That's all. Bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. If you want to keep up with your girl, you can always find me on Facebook and Instagram at NVD. That's ENVIIDEE. Bye.